Yeah, Draynor, pretty funny indeed. Very comedic. Huh. And this song actually gives me PTSD. And it's a good song, so that's kinda sad that it gives me PTSD, but it does too. It really does. It's okay. It is what it is. Yeah, my doubt is on that. Has anyone here even played that game, Mega Man X Dive? I mean, I know that Wasabi is a Mega Man fan, but I don't think he will be the kind to play that game. Because I just want to know... I mean, the problem is that for what I look on the trailers, the gameplay really doesn't seem good. And if on top of that you have to farm, it just seems like a bad idea. So yeah, I'm concerned. That reminds me that also, speaking of Steam games, Guilty Gear Strive was on sale for like $10. I don't know. I mean, it surprised me that a game like that was that cheap, when Street Fighter even on sale is at like 20 something. But playing Strive is not a good idea. Rabbit and Steel? No. I also don't wanna play that. No, it's a problem to find out what to play. Like, that It's Dive game is the one that I was thinking lately that since it's most likely a long game, it could probably keep me occupied. But I don't know. I mean, it most likely will keep me occupied, but you don't want to be occupied in something that is bad, you know? Because you know that I have a lot of games, especially PS2 games, that I want to play when I eventually get the new computer, but that's something that it's still not happening, and it might happen in 2 weeks, or not, it could happen in more time. So even if I have plans for that, I don't have plans for my current computer, you know? Like, my current computer plans are just... yeah. Not very clear. Well, doesn't mention that yesterday, because you know that sometimes there are some games that I think of and they tend to give me more options by playing one of them. Like, you play the first one in a saga and then you play the rest, that's what I mean. So with Gradius, which is the game that I played yesterday, I thought that would be the case, but I look up a guide to how you're supposed to beat that game, and no, it's just not a good game. Like, maybe when it released in 1985 it was, because it was probably technologically impressive, but the game design of that game is absolutely atrocious. It's the kind of game that not only it's almost impossible to beat without a guide, But even with a guide, there is some shit that is just nonsensical. But yeah, it's not worth playing that game. Or any of the games from that series. So that's the issue. Something that I already thought like, oh, this is gonna give me like many streams. No, it won't. Be right back, okay. It's a shame because in theory, Gradius, the mechanics of the game are not what I would consider bad, but the game design is bad. Like, enemies coming from behind even though you have no way of shooting behind, and not being just a couple, being many of them. Is this the endless tower climb? Yeah, essentially. But I don't expect to get past this floor even today, so yeah. I really don't know what this guy was thinking with this checkpoint, but I guess that's the trick he wasn't thinking. Will it be funny if Adet sent you to the previous floor? Well, there are a lot of Korean games that are made in the same vein as something like Getting Over It. Like a game that has purposely bad controls and like frustrating gameplay, and they have a checkpoint system, but the checkpoint system tends to be very peculiar. Like, you save once, and if you die, you go back there, but it's a one-time only use. So once you die and use that checkpoint, the next time you die, you're gonna go to the previous one. And you do that until you go back to the beginning of the game, pretty much. But yeah, pretty funny, I gotta say. Extremely funny, even. I would say comedy gold. If you die in stage 1, C drive is wiped. I'm pretty sure that Windows Defender will pick that up. Pretty sure those kind of things are picked up. But yeah, don't worry about that. Well, they are normally picked up if someone else had the disgrace of experiencing that, I guess. Because antivirus usually just follow, well, they follow patterns sometimes, but they also just follow reports. So there are some executables that are blacklisted simply by name. I think they also do follow analysis related to the instructions that are executed. Because I don't know how faithful that can be, considering that obviously video games are encrypted, so you know how much you can know as an antivirus. I don't know. I mean, the point of antivirus is that they don't really want you to know how they work, because they don't want the people with malicious intent to circumvent it. It's usually a big database that checks for common patterns. Or something like that. They might I guess my voice is wanting to leave the room, but I still need you, boys. Come on, don't be like that. Why are you leaving me? Sometimes it does it. It is what it is. I still haven't been able to land on that platform a single time today. I mean, the hard part is what comes afterwards anyways. That champ is just so stupid. The last one with the water. Man, it's alright. I feel like these two games, I wanna kill the witch, and this one, I will never beat them. And that's not a bad thing, it's not like I'm missing out on much, but it just feels sad because they are games that I cannot beat for not being good enough. Not because I don't like them. When you're not good enough, you're not good enough. So I'm surprised because, I mean, even though it's not an insane amount of practice, making your own fun game, and especially if it's a needle fun game, of course, should make you better at the type of platforming that I wanna be the guy fun games make you do. But I certainly am not becoming any better. Because this shit, the progress is non-existent. If I really was becoming better, this checkpoint I should have done it already, and I haven't. So yeah. Would be funny if there was an update to this game that nerfed this checkpoint or something, but yeah, no. I don't think that's the case. Too much to the right. I was also thinking of playing again the Sega Rally Championship. I beat that game on the hardest difficulty and all that shit, but there are two cars in the game. If I could try doing that with the other car, see how that goes. I don't know. there is one thing that scares me a little bit of the fun game I'm making, and it's that it's gonna be finished most likely by having a way more powerful computer than the one I'm using right now. And the problem with that is that there could be optimization issues that I simply wouldn't notice because that computer should be amazing in its processing power. But that's the thing. This one that I have right now is perfect because usually people don't have a processor as weak as the one I'm using. Not anymore, at least. Maybe a couple years ago it was the case, and well, I'm sure that there are a couple people that still have it, but it's something that is not the majority. And that's the problem. With the new computer, I will probably have a way better, processor than the average. But if there is some optimization issue, I wouldn't know. Because I simply will overpower the issue, and that will be bad. If there is an optimization issue, I will want to see it. Well, another thing I could do, though, I still think that it's not a reliable way of doing it, but I could just try it on a virtual machine. But the virtual machine, I don't know how limited it is with processing power. I know that you can limit the RAM and that essentially the video card is not gonna pick it up at all. But I don't know how it works with processors. If you have a similar processing power than your regular machine, then using a virtual machine is kinda worthless, you know? Kinda worthless. I'm definitely not finishing the fun game before I switch computer. Well, if that was the case, then something went horribly wrong with my future new computer, and that will be bad. It will be very bad. Okay, that was the closest attempt I had. That was the closest attempt, at least to land on that platform, and that's the sad part. After that, you still need to jump into the warp. So yeah, good luck with that, mister. Okay, that was the closest I was to landing on the last platform. Tough luck, I guess. It happens. Yeah, that's the issue. You cannot bonk your head on that champ. You need to do it very... like, you need a very weak champ. To not hit your head. If you hit your head, the champ is just simply gonna be shorter. I mean, when you're that close to the ceiling, you gotta compromise. But yeah. That I'm simply like, obviously I want to see what the rest of this game has, but I'm so curious to see if the next checkpoints are as fucked up as this one. Because this just smells to me like an extreme oversight. But if it was an oversight, I feel like the reviews will be complaining about a lot more about this particular checkpoint, and they really don't. They complain about other checkpoints later, which is something. But yeah, I don't know what's with this checkpoint, but it really feels like it shouldn't exist. At least not on this room. I delay the jump too much there then. It's one of those jumps that makes me wish there was a way to measure what's your frame window. Do you have a 2-frame window, 3, or maybe it's a 1-frame jump? I really doubt that it's a 1-frame jump, but it really makes me wonder. I just want to see how fucked up that jump is. I have no way of knowing that. I mean, I'm pretty sure even asking the creator wouldn't be a thing, cause I mean, I don't know how the jumps in my fan game are. I don't know if I have any 2, or well, probably not, but I don't know what the precision of the jumps in my fan game are. I don't even know if there is a way to measure that other than manually frame by frame with a cheating tool or something. I don't think there is any way to just put something in a fan game engine and be like, oh yeah, this jump here is 2 frames, bro. It would be interesting to have a tool like that, but I don't know how hard it will be to do. So you will also have to assume what's the best jump possible for a particular jump. That I guess could be subjective, I don't know. I simply don't know. like... I don't know why, but this game is making me dizzy. Doesn't make any sense because nothing is moving well aside from me, but it feels like focusing on the same point for extended periods of time is not very nice at all. It's just not nice. Damn it, dude. Also can't believe that it's impossible for me to be consistent. Because I understand the fact that that last jump with the water is hard to do, but how am I not consistent with anything before that? Because I know how to do it, and I did it multiple times, so I cannot consistently go back to that point. It just seems very weird, no matter what. That was so close again, but bro, how do I get closer than that? I feel like that already is my very limit. You want me to somehow do it closer. Just don't understand the concept. Why you want me to bring the TAS? Actually, you know what? That will be something interesting to do, not for this game. But playing like a very hard game, but played with TAS. Like a very hard game that I will never be able to beat in my life. But just TAS it. Hey, are you there, Yami? Because I know that your tool... La Mulana... I didn't need TAS for that game. Just needed you to be there. But no, for no, I was gonna ask if Yami's tool was something that could TAS, or if it was just for editing saves. So if it can TAS too, that would be nice. The optional area, yeah, but that's not gonna happen. Not because it's hard or whatever, it's because I don't wanna touch that game ever again. You know? Not a matter of difficulty at that point. But you know, what was I gonna say? Yeah, TAS tools. Do you know anything about TAS tools for fun games? I mean, considering that they are all made, well, most of them are made in the same engines, Shouldn't be hard to do that, right? Yes, yummy. Well, if you know about TAS tools, let me know. Again, not to beat this game. Like this game, I don't care. But like to beat one of those games that in Delicious Fruit are rated like 95 of difficulty or some shit like that. Since I'll never beat them anyways, I wanna see how they are with TAS. I mean, I wouldn't claim to not do TAS, obviously. It's not like I want to be like, oh, look how good I am. No, I simply want to see how fun TAS can be. Because it could be fun to do. Like for example, pausing in a frame and moving very slowly on the next frame and shit. That could be interesting. Ikaruga Co-op TAS is fun. I mean, I don't think Ikaruga is the kind of game that I would want to play with TAS, so... I mean, I think that applies to any shoot 'em up. Like playing shoot 'em up with TAS kinda... Well, I mean, depending on how fucked up the shoot 'em up is, I guess. Ikaruga is certainly fucked up, but I don't think it's the kind of shoot 'em up that will make the TAS fun, because it's not so much about dodging like it will be in a game like Touhou, I guess, but it's more about being where you need to be. Being where you need to be and having the color you need to have. You know that probably would have worked if I done a shorter jump, because I thought I jumped at in the right place, but not with the right amount of strength. It would have been weaker. That probably would have worked, which is a shame, but it is what it is. Well, I'm also starting to, start making the last area of my fun game. So far everything is the visual aspect. I guess in a short amount of time I should also be able to actually be making the floors. I need to first be done with the visual shit before I get to the making of the levels themselves. I will say that the visual stuff is looking nice. If anything, well, maybe it's not that impressive, obviously, compared to a lot of other fun games. How some of the screens of my fun game look visually, I like it a lot. Well, more than screens, I mean the areas, like the way they look. So even if the game sucks to play, at least it will have something I like. The idea is that it doesn't suck to play. Oh, I was also thinking about some other thing. some other game to play. And this one, it's important that you know, Dre, no? Because I wanted to see if maybe I should start with Super Metroid. I think it's not a good idea, but yeah, I don't know. It's just that more than Super Metroid, the games that I want to play are the Metroid Prime games. But it will feel wrong to play Metroid Prime without having played Super Metroid, so... yeah, play Super Metroid. I've been thinking of it. But yeah, I don't know. Wait, 2 has a remake? I mean, I knew that 1 has Zero Mission, but I didn't know 2 had a remake too. Okay, hold up. No. Forget about the remake. Forget about everything. Nice. I can't believe this garbage took so long, dude. Whew. You know how long that fucking checkpoint took me? Like, I'm pretty sure it was 5 streams that it took me to beat that fucking checkpoint. And I don't know how the rest of the checkpoints are gonna be. They are probably gonna be worse than that one, I don't doubt it. But man, you really have to do something about that checkpoint, Macedonia. Like, that checkpoint is foul. It really is. What's this? Oh, I get it. I get it doesn't mean that I can do it. You just need to double jump and then zigzag until here. But yeah, I mean, maybe I'm wrong and this checkpoint is now gonna take me some other 3 years or something. But like, at the first sight, this checkpoint looks extremely free when you compare it to the previous one. Well, we are going back to the conversation we were having earlier, Draynor, about testing your games. Yeah, maybe I have a lot of faith, but this game apparently has an actual tester. Like, not just the creator, it has actual people that tested it. Would have recommended the Ray. Wait, no. Oh, you say it's on the 3DS. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that should be fine though. I don't think I really wanna play that. I rather just go to Super Metroid and that's it. In general, I don't think so. There were TAS tools for fun games using old versions of Game Maker, like the old Japanese U2 games. Like, for example, that game that was part of Camellia 1, that I think it was called I Wanna Be a Brute of a Man, I think. That game will be possible to TAS, right? Since it's a very old engine. Hey, how is it going, Yummy? Lets you prototype rooms that shows your sham height and other shit. I think that supports TAS-like stuff. So if you recreate a room in there, you could. Well, but at that point, you wouldn't be playing the game. I mean, you can recreate the whole game, I guess, but... not sure about that. Ah, sham too high, goddammit. I don't know. What do you mean, what? What? I was talking to Yami. You asked me something? No. I only say that I rather play Super Metroid straight up instead of playing the remakes. But yeah, aside from that, I don't think I said anything. But yeah. And I also don't know when I will do that. I'm mostly looking forward to play Metroid Prime. More than anything else. Just to see how it is. I don't even know if I'm gonna like it. Because I know that Super Metroid plays similarly to the original, it's just that it's polished in every way. But yeah, I know what to expect. With Metroid Prime, I don't know what to expect. That's the thing, you know. Well, I seen some screenshots and shit. I know that it's supposed to be a first-person shooter, but one thing is seeing it, and another thing is playing it. They are very different things. How do you die like that? How do you even do that? Also, I'm pretty sure that this champ can easily be a full champ. And once you're about to land into this spike, you double champ again. The issue of doing that is making sure that the first full champ is on the left, is enough on the left side. Because otherwise you're just gonna hit the spike from below like a moron, like I already did it. But yeah, not sure. Yeah, I mean, it's not just the fact of going enough to the left, but also to steer right a lot later. You have to... Yeah, I don't know why I'm struggling so much with that. It's not hard to simply delay the steering to the right thing. But I say steering as if I was handling a car, you know. To say moving, I guess. Now, here is the thing. I want to beat this checkpoint simply to show how fucking unbalanced this game is. The problem is that I don't want to stream for that long, so... yeah. So thanks for the follow, Burrito Dad. Appreciate it. Nice. Alright. If you needed any proof that the previous checkpoint is extremely fucked, look. Macedonia, please. If you care about updating that game, please nerf that previous checkpoint. Not this one, obviously. The last one on room 42. That checkpoint is extremely fucked, dude. Like, that checkpoint seriously needs a revision. Because I understand that it's impossible to achieve a perfect balance where every room is harder than the previous one. But that room in particular really feels like endgame material. Like, that specific, like, they're not the room even, it's just that checkpoint, because the previous checkpoint of that room is not even that bad. But that last checkpoint is very bad. You lack things. I mean, I'm not gonna be playing this for too long, at least not for today, but... thanks. You want to land here, right? Yeah, and then champ, double champ... Okay, that seems fine. This doesn't seem fine though. Alright. Yeah, I like this one checkpoint, the first one on this room, it was clear I could do it. This other one I don't think it's that clear. I think this one is a very messed up one. Because it's very long. In fact, okay, for what I'm seeing, it's this checkpoint, the one that is messed up. Because the last one, just for what I'm seeing, doesn't look that messed up. Seems more or less fine. Well, as fine as it can be, I guess. Also, I don't know how to make that jump. Like, that's what you're supposed to do, but I cannot land. Yeah, I think that this checkpoint will definitely have to be left for another stream. And by another stream, I don't mean the next one, because I'm certainly not playing this on the next stream. But yeah, whenever I play this game again, that's when... yeah. Alright, well, that'll work. And then this one is simply jumping into the water and double jumping when you're out of it, I guess. Yeah, it is like that, but you need to jump earlier. Otherwise it's not gonna work, clearly. And then after that, the thing with that platform, this one in particular, yeah, I don't know about that. Because you need to double jump. It's like you had to do a short jump into a double jump. Yeah, this one looks fucked, but it's not like this one looks much better. This one you're supposed to double jump into the vine, then replenish your jump here, fall while holding jump here, and that's the problem. Because you're gonna be holding jump, and then you have to release it before you touch this spike, and then this last jump, yeah. This checkpoint looks, I wouldn't say that it's as fucked up as the last one on room 42, but that it looks almost as fucked up. It's alright though. Well, at least, look, because usually when it comes to these games, when I'm stuck in a specific place, I tend to get motivated to keep going. Like once I get unstuck, obviously. But here, seeing this checkpoint, honestly, I don't think I'm very motivated on beating this checkpoint. And that's a good thing, because that means that I could focus on playing something else. Especially something not as painful. You see, this checkpoint certainly feels like an exaggeration, and especially compared to this one, dude. Like this checkpoint, maybe outside of this jump that you do in between these two spikes, this checkpoint doesn't look hard at all. Like the last one. But yeah. So I wouldn't know until I'm there, but it seems that this is just another case of balance strikes again. Balance strikes back. It's okay. I mean, the fact that thing about this checkpoint is that already the first jump is hard. But then you have almost every jump that comes afterwards that is arguably worse. So yeah, pretty nice. And it's not just one, it's not two, it's 3 of them. Well, 4 I guess, depending on how you count them. So yeah, that's pretty fucked up. But hey, at least, well, I can't really say we are out of the water, because there is a water barge in this one. I wouldn't say that that is hard, though, at least not compared to the previous checkpoint, but the 42 checkpoint. But the fact that part here is the one that involves the platforms. And by platforms I mean the wooden things that refresh your jump. Alright, so what do you do here? Okay, it's that. It's that, but obviously without touching the spikes. Alright, so that's understandable, just hard in execution. Well, the last one is also understandable, and yes, also hard in execution. It's alright. I can tell you I'm definitely not doing it now, but it is very doable. Wow, really? Team, that's a nice death. I can't believe that. That's where you decide to die. Very funny. It's especially fucked up because I'm pretty sure you can do a full double jump here and not hit any of the top spikes. I mean, I don't know. Well, maybe you can touch. I will have to test that. I don't think you can touch the top spikes even with a full double jump. So what I did was pretty stupid. But I didn't do that because I was afraid of those. It was mostly that I was aiming at the vine, because that's the thing. If you jump too high, you have less time to get attached to the vine, because you're gonna be falling faster. So that's why I wanted to do a short jump. But yeah, I mean, once you're on the vine, there is not much control that can save you, I think. And this actually looks doable, but this is a very dangerous trap, you know? It's a very dangerous trap because I know how this goes. I'm gonna be thinking just a little bit more, and you beat it. And that's a mistake. That sort of mindset that doesn't let you wake up early the next day. That's bad. But it's bad if you need to wake up early, which is my case. Unfortunately, it's Thursday tomorrow, so yeah. If it's Thursday, gotta wake up early. Well, so my concept of waking up early is waking up at 10 AM, which admittedly is not very early if you compare it to people that wake up at like 7 AM. Hey, I'm not doing that shit, thankfully. That's way too early, dude. I can't believe that there are people that need to do that. Well, and I used to do that, I think, in university, but I actually don't remember even what was my schedule, but it was probably very early. Well, at least when I went on the mornings. Later I went on the night shift. So that wasn't a problem. I could have said... Actually, wait, how did I not get killed by that? Is there a space here that doesn't have a spike, or what? Didn't I bonk my head with a ceiling? That doesn't make any sense. There is no ceiling. I don't know what happened. It's alright. Who cares? What matters is that I died. I'm under-shamping that. But if I don't do that, you're gonna hit the spikes on the top. Well, it's less that I'm under-shamping and more that I'm going too much into the right side. Completely missing the platform. That champ, the fact that I got it almost on the first try is very tragic. I mean, it's tragic because of how I die on the next one, more than anything. I think it's actually very possible to get hit by the top spikes if you fully double jump. Yeah, like I'm not doing it, but it's definitely possible. Like I'm stopping myself right before that. Yes, in case there was any doubt, it is possible. And I didn't do that on purpose, by the way. I actually tried, I was going for the vine, but it is very possible indeed to get hit by those spikes, correct? I can guarantee you I didn't do that on purpose. Worry not. It was an honest death. No trolling. Alright, look, let's do it like this. Let's do one more attempt until that jump. So that is also a dangerous thing to say, because I probably could not get to that jump until, I don't know, for half an hour. Or not, we are back here. Ah, damn it. Yeah, that's gonna be hard to do. Because you gotta jump in a very, very specific way there. A very specific way from the vine. You have to release the jump button and then double jump. And here again, really? I released too late, but yeah, that's the idea. You release after that vine jump before you hit the spike that I just hit, and then when you're around here, you double jump. But man, like, releasing seems hard enough, but the double jump seems even worse. because you're so far from the platform. And by that I mean the platform with the checkpoint. Yet again, I'm releasing too late. But I feel that if I release earlier, like I feel like I'm just gonna get hit by the spike that is right above me. And by that I mean the one that is right above the vine, like next to it. Surprised that I got quite consistent to that. So it seems that the shittiest jump in this checkpoint is actually the first one, which is something that makes sense, but surprised because, well, the vine jump can also potentially be extremely annoying, well, as we are seeing already. But yeah, this first jump is very annoying. It's super annoying. Now I cannot even get past this stupid ass half platform. Okay, that's the first time that I die there. Pretty cool. Always nice to collect some new deaths, of course. Dude, that's the problem. I feel like I'm in the zone with this checkpoint. So if I leave this for some other time, I need to quote-unquote relearn it. And that's bad. Like, it's one of those checkpoints that you gotta do right now. While the iron is still hot. Like, if this first jump wasn't so cancerous maybe, but this first jump is so fucking annoying. Simply is... that's a shame. Bro, really? That one I didn't even... like, I released as soon as I was out of the vein. I mean vine. I think that you probably even have to wait a little bit there. Like, you might want to let the kid go all the way to the bottom of the vein. I think. Why am I saying vein? Vine. Going to the bottom of the vine. And then once you're in the bottom of the vine, you can do that. Like, you can release quickly and all of that. Because I swear that I release as fast as I could. And it still got me killed, so... it has to be, you know, has to be going lower. You know, I should be stopping this dude. If I really try to go for this checkpoint today, it's just never gonna be over. It's not a good idea. I don't know if I want to put a time limit. is there shouldn't be one. Like, I should end now. Putting a time limit is, if anything, an encouragement to do something I shouldn't be doing. You know, let's stop it here. Let's stop it here. But yeah, hey, at least I got unstuck. But yeah, I'm probably gonna get stuck in some other place. You know, not so far from here. But yeah, whatever. I'll worry about that some other time. So hey, thanks everyone a lot for watching, and I'll be seeing you on the next stream. So have a good one and take care. Alright. I wanna visit the 100 floors, and I'm not even halfway through. But yeah, not sure if we're gonna reach 100 though. What I do know is that this checkpoint that I'm currently in is very doable. Like, I got to the last jump of the checkpoint with no problem, well, with not much problem. We should be fine. Okay, this is, yeah, like that. You kinda have to go a little bit more neutral after that. Alright, that's fine. But I think that something that I can do for the next stream is finishing Suma's Revenge. Or, well, at least trying to finish Suma's Revenge, which might not happen, but I don't know, it could. Who knows? Actually, hold up. There is another idea I have. Since Super Metroid is one of, well, Metroid in itself is one of the franchises in the original Smash Bros. Another Super Nintendo game I could play is Star Fox. That seems like a good idea. Because essentially it's a Star Fox, and then hold up, it's a Star Fox and Earthbound. But I feel like there was another one as well. Well, I always forget about one, so... Oh yeah, Super Mario. Well, that's an interesting one. I also gotta play Super Mario 64. But it's interesting because in this kind of games, people just cannot help mentioning speedruns. And I understand that at this point in time, obviously, they are games that they don't have any novelty, obviously. They've been around for literal decades. But yeah, really seems that all the word they get is from speedruns. And the problem is that I couldn't give less of a shit about speedruns. At least about doing them. Like, I never have the urge to speedrun a game after finishing it. I mean, there was only one exception with what's an extremely short game, and one of the achievements was speedrunning it. But I mean, like a 4-minute speedrun, so don't think that counts. But yeah, wanna play the game normally. And it will be nice. I don't know about Airbound. Airbound is a very... well, it's a turn-based RPG. It's long by definition. That is a problem. What did I need to do here? Okay, not that. That's certainly what I didn't need to do. It's alright. You know that this checkpoint, I might be underestimating it and actually take me a lot more than expected to beat it. I hope not, but it's indeed a possibility. I'm a little bit out of ideas when it comes to what to stream, because aside from finishing Suma and like the possibility of playing shit like Metroid Prime, I don't really have anything else in mind. Though recently I purchased Mega Man Ed's Dive Offline. I could be playing that, but I also don't know how stream friendly a game like that could be. Especially if it requires farming. I guess I could treat it as I treated, I don't know, a game like Pokemon. That obviously is long because it's turn-based. This one is not turn-based, but if it requires farming, it kinda takes the time from there. But yeah. I don't know. And it seems that, I mean, it's not confirmed yet, but I think I have more of an approximation for when I might get the new computer, because the new computer now is fully done. It's ready to use and all the parts are installed, but the question is when I receive it, and it might be at the start of December. Like, that's the most likely date. The start of December, somewhere around there. And well, that opens a lot of possibilities, especially a lot of PS2 games that become accessible thanks to that. So until then, I have to keep thinking of shit to play. Because yeah, at that point, I will have quite a bunch. But yeah, before that, I gotta survive with what I have. Hard to choose. Oh. Maybe this checkpoint was actually underestimated quite a lot. It's fine. Team, I released too early this time, fuck off. In my previous attempts I released too late from the vine, but apparently now it was too early. So finding that middle ground is gonna be hell. Unbelievable. Really? Still pretty crazy that I haven't even managed to reach the halfway point of this game. Very messed up. But it's fine. Bro, what's the middle ground there? Like, I either hold for so long or hold for too little. Can't believe that it's so picky. Especially because I don't think the champ that comes afterwards is that easy either. You're being so extremely picky, Mr. Game. Very picky. I was saying that making a fun game didn't seem like it made me better at Needle. But then again, the thing is that this fun game has vines, and my fun game doesn't have vines. I mean, if you wanna practice stuff with vines, you will have to play stuff that has vines. Team, that champ looks so hard, and I was able to properly do the vine champ, but damn, the champ that comes afterwards, we might actually get stuck for a while here, actually. I don't think it's gonna be as long as the last checkpoint of floor 42. It might be, I don't know. So wonder if I apply. Apparently there are some options that you can tweak with an AMD video card to some specific games. Apparently there are some anti-lag options and shit like that. I wonder if that will make games like this better to play or not. Probably not. I mean, I don't think any of those options made by AMD are useful at all. It's hard to tell. It's just that there are some games that for some reason don't run very well. They are mostly the Capcom collection games that all of a sudden they started running badly in my computer, and I tried different options like those and none of them did shit. I have a feeling that they are more useless than it might seem. That jump is gonna be so hard, dude. Really will. Wait, there is also something that I just randomly thought about that I don't think I understand about Metroid. If that was supposed to be the last Metroid alive and he got killed, wouldn't that make it the end of the Metroids as a race? Why will you keep getting games? Aren't we done with them? Or did I miss something? Fuck. Too close but too far at the same time. The speedrunning stuff is wild. I mean, Super Metroid is probably the game to blame for speedrunning becoming a thing too. I know that it's not the only game that rewards the player for beating the game faster, but it's probably the most popular one and oldest that does that. So yeah, I have reasons to blame Super Metroid for speedrunning. Nice. Alright. We got this checkpoint, but it's not the last one in the room. So, gotta be careful. What's this? I don't think I understand this jump. Like this? Okay. And then into the water. Alright. I know, but I was also asking Draynor about Metroid. Like, wouldn't the Metroid games end after Super Metroid? Because I mean, it's not like... If that was supposed to be the last Metroid alive and he died, what are we trying to fight against? Go play the next games and see for yourself? I wasn't expecting that answer, but then again, since you haven't played Metroid Prime, you wouldn't know. It's understandable. That's a funny answer, though. Go figure that out on your own. Biatch. I think I'm a walking Wikipedia. It's understandable. The Prime games are prequels? Well, I don't know. I wouldn't know. Are you going to do Metroid Fusion or Zero Mission next? Neither. The next Metroid that I'm gonna play is Metroid Prime. When I'm gonna play it, I don't know. But I'm certainly not gonna play the other 2D Metroids. I'll not yet, at least. If there's any Metroid I play next, is Prime. What gave you the idea that you had to do infinite bomb jumps at some points? Well, the fact that I saw them. Like, I saw speedrunners do that. Like them driving against a wall and spamming that. I remember seeing that. You know, if your question is if I came up with that on my own, no, I didn't. I mean, and in fact, as you saw, I didn't use the flying technique even once. So yeah, even though I knew it was used, I wouldn't even use it. But you know, don't worry, I'm not smart. If that's your question. I was thinking more someone in chat might have said it. No. No, in fact, the most useful advice in chat that I saw were that the guys that cling into you, that you hit them by aiming upwards with a missile. That's one. The other one is essentially telling me that I was supposed to break the glass to progress on that water area. And then, well, then two other things. Kyle telling me that I needed to continue in wrecking ship, because there was some stupid ass floor tile that I needed to break and I didn't see it. And then someone telling me before the first boss fight Kraid that, I mean, they didn't tell me outright, but they told me something like they got stuck in one room for a while, and I'm like, okay, I need to do something there. Which yet again it was another stupid ass floor tile that you needed to break. But yeah, those are the four things that essentially allow me to beat the game, because they might seem very small, but if I hadn't been told that, I wouldn't have beaten the game yet. Oh, and the wall jump, yeah, I forgot about that. The wall jump too, yeah, I completely forgot. Okay, 5 things. So yeah, those things, if it wasn't for that, I still wouldn't be playing it, because I wouldn't have beaten it yet. Or maybe not even that, I wouldn't be playing it because I would have given up. The tube and wall jumps are probably the worst shit. I mean, they are fucked up, but to me, it's way more messed up to hide progress behind a hidden tile. That's to me, because it serves no purpose. If you want to hide an optional upgrade, sure, but hiding actual progress on a floor tile that requires trial and error is so stupid. So yeah, even though the wall jump and that other thing, the tube are stupid, I feel like the floor tiles are even more stupid. The Shine Spark 2. Oh, you mean that in order to... Well, to be fair, yes, someone told me about that. But I'm pretty sure that you can just see the icon, right? Or wait, you mean... Hold up, you're talking about the flight or you're talking about running? Because the flight thing, I couldn't do it. But the running thing, the fact that it destroys walls, I think that it's something that you actually figure out by looking at the icon when you unlock it. And then looking at the icon on the walls. The flying shit, oh I see. Yeah, that one... The game doesn't teach you that. Like, it teaches you to jump, but not to do it that way. I've seen people not know about running, and you can get stuck like that too. But that's something that if you see the controls, you will know. Like, I understand if you should start the game without even worrying about using custom controls, but if you look at the controls, you see there is a button that says dash. So yeah, I guess that's something that you will see it. And I knew about all this from watching others play, so I didn't struggle, but I'll absolutely talk shit about it. It's understandable. But another thing I also, as I mentioned, didn't like is the controls, because they are functional. And obviously speedrunners probably have it as second nature, but I feel like they could be done better. Like, for starters, the fact that that spinning jump, not the screw attack, but like the regular one, why does that lock you into moving? Why cannot you stand still during that? Like, or rather, why does that even have to exist? No, I know. I mean, I reconfigure the controls in the menu, but no, I don't mean the buttons. I mean the way the movement feels. Like, the fact that that jump even is different from a normal jump, I feel like is unnecessary. And the fact that it locks you into moving instead of being able to stay still, I also feel is unnecessary. The grappling hook will be better also. I think that the way the momentum works and how you aim at the grappling things is a little bit weird. And then the wall jump is probably the worst offender, because there are so many games in that era and earlier that also did wall jump, and they did it so much better. Like, as I say, forgetting about Mega Man X, that is probably one of the best games on the SNES when it comes to control and movement. Look at games like Ninja Gaiden on the NES, or even the Batman game. The first Batman game on the NES has amazing wall jump. And as I also mentioned, Shinobi 3 especially is a game that has amazing controls as well. And you could be like, well, but all those games that you mentioned are simply linear action games. Yeah, but I don't see why a game like Metroid that is non-linear wouldn't have them. Why will it not have them? Even if the action is not the main point of the game, you can still have more polished controls. Obviously, at that point in time, you could imagine that it's something more related to technical limitations rather than straight up bad design. But it's still one of those things that could have been done better. I knew about the tech a bit before playing, so I understand. Yeah, but I don't think it's about knowing. Like, even if you know how to do it, it still could be more comfortable to do. That's the thing. It's not just about figuring out, but of doing it constantly. Because I know how to, well, after you told me, that is, I know how to wall jump, but I still think the wall jump is absolute ass to do. You know? That's the thing. I knew how to wall jump well immediately. Well, that's nice, but look, what I'm saying is that it could be better. You know? That the wall jump is just implemented in an unnecessarily complicated way. And it's not hard. I mean, it's not like I struggle. There were some areas that I failed a couple times, but it's not something that won't allow you to beat the game. But it still could have been implemented better. I mean, if it was a game that released nowadays, I will say that the movement is simply mediocre. But obviously back then, with technical limitations, it's understandable. That wall jump, I feel like it's not good. Will be way better. Is shit to get into? Well, I think that's part of the point too. Like, good controls are controls that I feel that click on you immediately. That is something that doesn't need practice. And I mean, well, it's pretty ironic that I say that and I like fighting games, because fighting games are the perfect example of controls that will never feel good unless you practice. But I think for games like Metroid, it should be slightly different. Like you could see the See You Next mission on the game it belongs to. Yeah, it's a shame that I couldn't see Samus before that properly. Yeah. I can't believe that Samus stripping is what single-handedly created the speedrun community. Very messed up. It's whatever. We can blame her? Yeah, I will. But it's pretty crazy how... I mean, obviously the Metroid name still carries a lot of popularity. So anything Metroid related is still popular by association, but how Super Metroid is essentially the only Metroid game that reached the popularity it reached. Because I know that the Metroid Prime games have its following, and the newly released Metroid Fusion probably too, but they don't reach even close to the popularity of Super Metroid. That's interesting. But yeah. It's alright. I mean, the real question is what I would have thought if I played Super Metroid in 1994. That's the thing. But I don't know if that's... I just think it's a matter of preference. Well, I mean, obviously it's everything is a matter of preference, but like... There are games from that era that I played recently and I actually got surprised by how much I like them. And one of them is the one that I keep mentioning, which is Shinobi 3. That game is around the same time as Super Metroid, and the first time I played it was like 2 years ago. And that game is just so good, you know? And with Super Metroid, I don't feel the same way, but as I say, it's because of preference. A game like Super Metroid just doesn't appeal to me. I mean, the same way that games like Final Fantasy don't appeal to me. Because the amount of people that have games like Final Fantasy VII in a pedestal is crazy. And I'm not saying that it's unearned, it probably is, but I probably will never have a game like that in a pedestal. I am curious to play it and I probably will eventually. But just like Super Metroid, I don't think that game will ever be at the top of games I like. You know? It just wouldn't. But it's okay. It doesn't have to be the case. You know? All a matter of preference. It's also the fact that they just have a weird attraction to arcade games and games that are clearly based off arcade games. Metroid is one of those games, I mean both the original and Super Metroid. They are the kind of games that were mostly established as console games. They are games that were meant to be played in a long session, or rather long sessions in plural, which is something that arcade games don't have. Like a game like Metroid will not exist in an arcade, because if it did, you will have to take into account people hogging the cabinet for hours, and that's not a good business model no matter how you look at it. So yeah, I feel like that's the thing with me. It has to be games that are heavily based in arcade. Those are the ones I simply enjoy. And it doesn't really have to be something that follows the formula perfectly either, you know? I mean, for example, a game like this one has nothing to do with arcade, obviously. But I always compared I Wanna Be the Guy to essentially being the successor, well, not successor, but being a game whose main inspiration is Mega Man. And Mega Man is a game that has its roots in arcade. Even though later the games became a lot longer, but it's a game that it's essentially first and foremost an arcade-based game, you know. I think you like Fusion more. It's a possibility, but I don't really feel like playing another 2D Metroid game. Mainly because a big reason I didn't like it is generally something you prefer, which is the game being more linear. like, well, that's the thing. I don't mind the non-linearity of Super Metroid. I just don't like the game hiding stuff from you that is mandatory. And that's something that, as I said, is not necessarily related to being linear or not. It's simply a decision from the devs. You can make a non-linear game where everything is seeable. I don't know if that's a word, but where you can see everything, just not access it. Nice. Yeah, insert a coin for 100. That's, I mean, the closest to I Wanna Be the Guy arcades are, in concept, are shoot 'em ups. In the fact that they are games that they will require you to insert multiple coins to beat. Well, and some of them not even that. But yeah. In the difficulty sense, the closest thing to I Wanna Be the Guy is shoot 'em ups. Not in terms of gameplay, obviously, but in terms of difficulty, yeah. I think the only commercial games that reach that level of difficulty are shoot 'em ups. And well, obviously that depends on how you wanna play them, because if you just want to reach the end, that's not very hard to do. But if what you want is beat true last bosses, which a lot of times is what people consider beating the game, yeah, you're gonna be struggling practicing for a while. You will have like one attempt at 100 floor game, and one attempt per coin. That will be fucked up. You better pull a pouch full of coins, and even then, there's games like that. Well, there are a lot of games in arcade that are trial and error, and they usually fucking suck. But yeah, that's true. I mean, you have a lot of games, and in fact also probably another type of games that I Wanna Be the Guy was based on are, and unfortunately I don't remember the name, but they are the typical Conan the Barbarian inspired games where you have a guy wielding a sword above his arms, and you die by everything essentially. And if you don't know the game perfectly, you are not gonna beat it without spending a lot of credits, that is. In fact, Volgar the Viking, or I don't know how you pronounce that word, but that game is based on those. Like, essentially, you have levels that are relatively long, not that long in total, but essentially they are full of shit that instantly kills you. But yeah, I Wanna Be the Guy was also partly based on those, at least in the trap area. The 100 floor games that are designed to be beaten in one life. Well, yeah, that will be more reasonable, of course. But yeah, as Draynot says, there are games that are similar to the original I Wanna Be the Guy in how you need knowledge of where you are going to avoid dying. Because that in I Wanna Be the Guy you can restart from the checkpoint as many times as you want, and there is also a lot of checkpoints. In some certain arcade games that is not the case at all. So yeah, pretty messed up all around. It is the way it is. Well, as messed up as this checkpoint, well actually, the only messed up thing about this checkpoint seems to be the last water part of this checkpoint. The one that is at this one. Because you need to jump on the bottom left here and then land here and jump again. That's such a pain in the ass to do. After that though, the checkpoint obviously has jumps where I'm probably gonna die at least once, but it's relatively reasonable. But yeah, that water thing doesn't seem very reasonable. But that seems to be a constant in these lores, that there's always a water section that very heavily fucks you up. As much as I would like to clear this room before ending the stream, I don't think that's gonna happen. Like, there is no way. Like, I will have to somehow figure out that water part and then not die at any of the next jumps. So yeah, that is not gonna happen today. But it doesn't have to. Well, regardless, look, what I'm most likely gonna do tomorrow is gonna be finishing or trying to finish the heroic frog mode of Suma's Revenge. And see how that goes. The problem is that has the potential to be such a pain in the ass. Because yeah, if it goes well, that's great. Another playthrough done, another achievement done. But if it goes badly, it will be such a slog. And I don't just mean as a viewer, I mean for me it will be a slog. But I mean, eventually I will have to do it. The other option, as I also mentioned, could be playing Star Fox. We can also say goodbye to another one of the Smash Bros. Franchises. And then after that, the only two left, I'm pretty sure, will be Super Mario 64 and Airbound. At least it will be less to care about. At least I'm glad that Metroid is done. Because I mean, that's essentially the only relevant Metroid game, or rather the most relevant Metroid game to play at the time the original Smash Bros. Release. At that point, Metroid Prime didn't exist. They have a spare copy of Warhammer Darktide if you wanna play that. No thank you. I appreciate your very kind gesture, but there will be someone that will appreciate it more than me, so whoever that someone is that you might know, that's the person that should have it. I mean, in particular someone... Well, Yami, yeah, but Yami already has it, bro. Or wait, is that a different game? Wait, that's a different game. Oh, it's another game. Okay, well, yeah, in that case, obviously Yami. No, then, Yami... Yami is actually gonna be playing all the Warhammer games without paying a single cent. That's pretty funny. Well, for starters, you should check if he has it first. If he has it first, then you have to think of someone else. But if he doesn't, then yeah. Warhammer is so fucking cool. I personally don't really like I mean, it's not like I don't like the concept, it's just simply not something that motivates me. No, but see, that's the thing. You say it's the ultimate male fantasy, not to me. To me, the ultimate male fantasy is Dragon Ball. I mean, I understand, look, here's the thing. I'm South American, so Dragon Ball runs through my veins, so that's understandable. But to me, if someone tells me ultimate male fantasy, it's Dragon Ball. Well, to be precise, Dragon Ball Z. Because the original Dragon Ball is more of a... Well, towards the end, I guess it is. When he fights Piccolo. But yeah, Dragon Ball Z, the Saiyan Saga and the Frieza Saga, like everyone wants to be Goku during the... Especially in the Frieza Saga, basically being the guy that fucks everyone up with little effort, that everyone likes because he's a cool dude, and that also, obviously, as you will expect in most male fantasies, that it saves the world. So yeah, what more can you ask? Well, not to mention that, at least up until the point of the Frieza Saga, it had the super special thing, which is the Super Saiyan transformation, which no one else at that point had it. So it's like, this guy is really special. It basically has every element to be what you say, the ultimate male fantasy. Warhammer appeals a bit for being autistic. I mean, you can be autistic and like Dragon Ball too. It's just that autism comes in a lot of colors, so it depends on the type of autism. If you have martial arts autism, then well, not like martial arts autism is a thing, but I mean, if you have autism that hyper-fixates you in a hobby, and that hobby is martial arts, then Dragon Ball is obviously the one thing you're gonna be fascinated about. South American Dragon Ball fans go hard, yeah. It's just one of those things that is heavily cultural, you know. It's just one of those things. It's like football, I guess. Just that in my particular case, I don't like football that much, but it's just one of those things that it's kind of like you get, what's the word? Indoctrinated. Like, it's just from various reasons you eventually end up either being a fan or at the very least being familiar with it. And here a lot of people that are not even fans of Dragon Ball probably know who Vegeta and Piccolo are. The same way that if someone puts a football match, they will immediately know what they are watching. Like, they will know the rules. Well, some people, I know that there are some people that still don't understand the offside rule. But yeah, it's alright, it happens. Dragon Ball has a crazy diverse fan base. Every guy in my school used to love it, and everyone outside of that did too growing up. It's just that it's one of those things where you have people that know exactly what to do to appeal to their public. And obviously Toriyama is very responsible for a lot of the good things about Dragon Ball, but it's mostly his editors, the ones that really knew what to do, the ones that really knew, okay, our public are young boys. Young boys like this shit, so you have to do more of this shit and less of that other shit you are doing. That other shit being like comedy and gag scenes, and to do more of action and, you know, like drama in terms of like fights, of life and death situations. So it's basically about people just knowing what to do and having the resources to do so, which in that case it was the Toei Animation, which at the time it was the top of the top. It's no longer that, but back then it was in terms of anime, it was the top dog. There are politicians here that mock the death of the creators, and while politics tend to divide people, I never seen people be more united against that politician. Yeah, but I think that's something that is less about Dragon Ball and more about you don't mock the death of an artist. Like, there are some artists that I guess can get heavily into politics or generally do shitty stuff. But if you have an artist that doesn't have any controversy, shitting on it, or shitting on its death, I mean, on their death, it's something that I'm pretty sure everyone will go against you. Like, for example, let's just say that someone mocks the death of, I don't know, the guy that played as Hagrid in the Harry Potter movies, right? Because that guy died. Now that guy is obviously not as popular as someone like Toriyama. I'm pretty sure that if someone mocks that guy's death, everyone is gonna call you an asshole. There is just no reason to do that. I mean, you could say that there's never a reason to do that, but it was more about the news covering the news and some politicians getting pissed that was getting covered instead of more important news. Yeah, I guess that's understandable. I mean, understandable in the sense that understandable that people will get pissed at that. But yeah, I mean, that's just essentially the fact that I wanted to test the shaman, I ended up falling. God damn it. That could have been the defining sham. That's a shame. I was about to say that also has to do with an age gap. Most politicians are useless old fucks that if they weren't politicians, they will be dead because of how fucking worthless they are. So because of that, the people that are currently politicians are people that most likely were not, were not in the, like, did not grow up with Dragon Ball. So someone like Toriyama, they are like, what? Who is that? Because, for example, I guess you can parallel this with Michael Jackson's death. Michael Jackson is someone that, at the time he died, unless you were, I don't know, like 90 years old or someone that is underage, you know who that guy is. But in this case with Toriyama, it's a matter of, it's a lot earlier, in the sense that I think that people older than 55 or something like that, probably older than 60, I will say, struggle to understand how big he is, because they probably didn't grow up with Dragon Ball. So it's just a generational thing, because I'm pretty sure that same politician, if instead of being Toriyama it was Michael Jackson's death, they wouldn't say anything. So it's just one of those things. Politicians, most of them are just old worthless fucks that shouldn't be there, but they are there because they cannot simply do anything else. They are worthless, they are leeches, so they have to be there. So otherwise, what will they do? They will actually have to work, and that's something that they never done in their lives. So yeah, it's one of those things. That's especially even more obvious in countries like the USA, because some countries have younger politicians than others. Not particularly my country, but in the case of the USA, it's definitely not the case. everyone on the top positions is an old piece of shit that shouldn't be there. And I mean, look, I have nothing against old people, but you shouldn't be in a position like that, dude. You are too old for that shit. It is like at some point, when you have so much responsibility, you are just too old. Like, it's... I mean, not to mention that in this case, if we're talking about American politicians, we are not just talking about old people, we are talking about assholes and old people. So that's the issue. You have people that are absolute waste of oxygen, and they are in positions that will, I wouldn't say change the course of the world, because the people that do that are not the ones you see, but they still have important responsibilities, and you can do that when you are that old, dude. Or you can, but you're gonna do it not optimally, because you need to retire at some point. I kinda wanted to dig up the tweet by that politician I mentioned, and it's fucked up. It's understandable. Well, if it wasn't obvious already, I guess, you have no idea how much I hate politicians. I really do. And it's funny that at some point, Yami called me a bootlicker, because I say something like, people shouldn't really gang up on the president, because not everything that happens is their fault. And with that, Yami basically told me, ha, what a fucking bootlicker. But no, that's mostly just me saying that the president, he's not the one that is at fault of everything. Instead, everyone there is at fault, including the president, but the hate should be more diverse. Shouldn't be focused on a single person, should be focused on all of them equally. It's special that the new station is giving attention to the dead Japanese cartoon maker that nobody knew about. Yeah, well, that's what I tell you. It's a generational thing. The guy is an old fuck that didn't grow up with that, so he thinks that Toriyama is a nobody. When obviously, the funny thing is that it's more popular than he will ever be, or any of the people that he knows about. Well, that he knows about, I mean in his inner circle. But the point is that it's a generational thing. Like, I don't know what the equivalent will be now, because I mean, Gabe Newell, I mean, I don't want to call misfortune on Gabe Newell, please no, but if something happened to Gabe Newell, a lot of the people of that age, and even younger as well, like probably anyone that is 40 or older, maybe 45, around there, if something happens to Gabe Newell, they're gonna be like, who? But it's certainly a generational thing. Gabe Newell, that will also be, will probably have the same attention as Toriyama does. But hey, don't worry, at least he's getting in shape now. So at least health-wise, he should be better than he was some years ago. So that's good to know. Nice! And I was actually able to finish that room too. Beautiful. I guess it was worth it to just keep trying. Alright. So in that case, I'm gonna be leaving this here. I'm not even gonna bother trying this checkpoint, because yeah, it's better to leave when you're still victorious. But yeah, I will do it some other time, I guess. But thanks everyone a lot for watching, and I'll be seeing you on the next stream. So have a good one, and take care. Alright, I wanna best the 100 floors yet again on floor 45, by the way, which is good progress. And in fact, if I manage to beat this room, we can say goodbye to this whole aesthetic. I mean, not like I dislike this aesthetic, it's a cool looking aesthetic, but it's getting a little bit old. We can finally say goodbye to it. Now, just like some of the previous screens, it also has 3 checkpoints, well, 2 depending on how you count them. So that's cool, and well, because I essentially did not play this screen at all. I did not play this screen at all, so I have no clue how hard it is. It will be pretty hard. I mean, I haven't even looked at it. I probably should take some time to do that, perhaps. Wait, what the fuck is this champ? Oh, this is a single champ? Really? You want me to champ once here and then double champ here? Okay. Well, that's... I don't know how hard that champ will be, but assuming it's not extremely hard, this is super doable. This checkpoint. According to the reviews of this game, the hard part still hasn't started. I have to reread the reviews, but I think they mention levels 50 something, where shit starts hitting the fan. But that's more than halfway through. It will already be an achievement to reach halfway through. Alright, then... Nice! Okay, that was a very easy checkpoint. It's what I say, dude. The biggest problem here was that super fucked up last checkpoint on level 42. That checkpoint has no right to exist. Alright, let me check the rest of this checkpoint here. This champ looks tight, and by tight I mean hard. Then this one looks a little bit nasty. Okay, but that's essentially the last one, because this one is mostly a choke check, but it's not that hard. Alright. It could be hard simply because of that part with the water. Seems that anytime there is water in this game, you gotta expect the worst. That was so stupid. I thought I was falling, that's why I jumped in the middle of the platform for no reason. That's a shame. It's okay though. So I think that tomorrow... Like, now I'm actually debating, because even if I had a plan, I don't know if I should play this the whole day, or if I should try HD remits. I wanna do one of those things. Hard to tell though. Nice. Okay. Ah, really? Damn, you gotta be a lot closer there. That's a shame, because that... If I had made that jump, That would have been the checkpoint, probably. Like, well, this champ actually, mostly because of these spikes here, is that this champ could be hard. I mean, if you manage to reach this place alive, this other champ is free. That's a big if. It's fine though. I'm very curious also to see how the next rooms are gonna look like, and how the song is gonna sound as well, you know. Also, today I finished a screen in my fan game that I will say that it's quite evil, but I think that on the final song, which is the one that I'm currently on, I think that all the screens are gonna be evil, because it's supposed to be the final song. But man, I don't know, I also don't wanna go overboard. So I think that the one thing that I'm sure of is that... Hold up. Nice. Nice, okay, we got that checkpoint too, perfect. This is the last checkpoint of this area. Anyways, what I was out to say is... I don't think watching anyone... Like, I shouldn't watch anyone play my game, because I can already hear the salt. And that's bad. Wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want to hear insults towards me. That will be tragic. So I don't know how many, because I don't really watch other I Wanna Be The Guy streamers, so I don't know how often players insult creators. But I mean, I usually don't insult them, I simply talk shit, which is not the same. I don't know how often it happens. How often the salt goes against the creators. If I share that fan game... I mean, if I share that fan game... it's not a matter of if, it's that it will. It will happen. I mean, especially after... I mean, at the point I'm gonna finish it, it's gonna be in development for almost a year. Which I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing. You can say that it's a good thing because I took my time with it and I didn't rush it, but you can also say that I took too long to make a fan game that will not really be anything out of the ordinary. I wonder... I mean, I always say the same shit. At this point, I sound like a broken record, but I really want to see if it makes an impact in the community or not. I will say not, because the only Needle games that made an impact in the community are either very old games that essentially popularize the concept like Uhuhu Spike, or games like Crimson Needle that are very high quality and also very hard, like no other one, or at least like no other one that doesn't suck. And my game is none of that. Well, obviously it's not old, clearly. But it's also not gonna be a fun game that will be aim towards experts, obviously, because I'm not one, and if I cannot build my own fan game, then what's the point, right? But yeah, I think it's just gonna be something. It's gonna be a thing that's gonna be there, floating in the fan game sea, free. Hey, I don't know. Also the kind of thing that also makes you wonder, will my fan game inspire others? Will it even be referenced by other fan games? All things that being an idle fan game, it's unlikely. If it was Adventure, I would be a little bit more confident, but with Needle it just seems like the kind of thing that will quickly be forgotten. Well, probably for the best. I mean, after all, I agree with the fact that the fan games that are the most worth playing are adventure ones. Well, I could turn it into an idle adventure if I put a boss at the end of every zone, but I don't think that's something I can do. Not to mention that will essentially delay the game for 1 more year, probably. But yeah, not a good idea. You just wanna be done with it as soon as possible. Honestly, if you manage to make it to that final platform, I don't see how... I mean, you can fuck up the jump by hitting yourself with the spike that is right above you. But if you manage to jump to the right of that, how will you die? Maybe with the top one, the one that is like next to the top of the screen. I don't know. That jump is also hard. Like, the hardest jumps of this checkpoint are the first one and the one where you jump into the vine. Well, I mean into the second vine. This is a typical jump that requires super short jumps. Well, the first one is not that important, like, because you need to double jump, but it's only the second one, the one that has to be super short. that champ, I'm surprised I even got it the first time. Looks very hard to get. Really don't know how I did it the first time. Really wonder. Box. It will be so nice to be able to beat this checkpoint today. It will really boost my motivation to try what is remaining. It really would. With a brand new area and shit. It's very hard to position yourself there. It's not easy at all, guys. You need to be at the very edge and then jump. If you're not at the very edge, no matter what you do, you are gonna hit that spike above you. That's why positioning yourself is as important as doing the jump. Came too short. I think that's the first time I do that jump too short. That's the first time I hit those spikes too. First time for everything. And also first time I hit that one. You know, it would be very cool if one of these warps had a misplaced hitbox or something like that. So if you hit it from an unexpected angle and you actually hit it. You hit it from the side of the spike and it just works. Will be nice. What Macedonia is doing now. So I guess I wonder more what year was this game from? To see, because this is the last game he released, so. That didn't count as a first jump. It was already a double jump. They didn't jump from the platform but jump in the air. That's a shame. Guess I need to be more confident for that jump. also good to be confident, but not too overconfident either. So I wonder what a line will benefit me on that top champ. Would like to know. Really? Just wanna try that champ one more time at least. But for that I need to land on that platform. And then it has to be full champ though. I will be surprised if it's a full champ because actually we can measure it from here. Well, you could. I mean, I guess the best thing is to make it a big champ, but not necessarily full, because you could hit the one spike all the way on the top. So you probably don't want it to make it that annoying. There you go. Nice. Well, brand new section, brand new music, brand new everything. Tile set and all that shit. So, starting to have smaller platforms. That could be a problem. Smaller platforms could certainly be a problem. But it's fine. I know how to do that champ. Let me check the rest. Okay, here you need to land here. Huh. This checkpoint looks surprisingly long. I don't think the other ones look much better. Man. I feel like if I could reach the halfway point of this game, that already will be an achievement. But I don't know. Right? You gotta remember that the ceiling is solid. I mean, there is no ceiling, but there is a block up there. Well, a collision block. Right? Unfortunate. So after that water champ, you land on that platform that is right beside him, and then the other champ looks so fucked up. I landing here and then somehow making a champ to land there. Yeah, I don't know about that, mister. I mean, it's not like it looks tremendously hard, but certainly sounds, well, sounds and looks like a step up in terms of difficulty, of course. It's also a very quiet song, which I don't mind because I usually prefer silence. This compared to the other one. I keep hitting that spike. Okay, I still need to somehow do that sham properly. Okay, man, I'm looking at the Nets checkpoint, and what I'm looking looks so fucked up. Okay, I actually have second thoughts of playing this on the Nets stream, actually. Might not be the smartest decision. It's fine. I also don't know if playing Street Fighter 2 HD Remix is a smart decision either. Or as I was saying before, I can also play Project Diva since it's been a while. I can't believe that. How did I not double jump there? I pressed the jump button, I got scammed. The Street Fighter 4 had a secret boss. It had many secret bosses. You could fight against Akuma, Goken, Evil Ryu, or Oni. It all depended. It all depended on like the difficulty configuration, and well, I think it mostly depended in the amount of rounds that you pick. If you pick like 3 rounds, they are a little bit complex. I don't think I can explain them myself, but it's something like if you pick 3 rounds, you need to do like 3 perfects and 5 ultra finishes and something, and that makes Sony appear. And if you have less perfects or less rounds or something like that, you make Goken appear, shit like that. So it had quite... I mean, it's essentially the last Street Fighter that even had an arcade mode that is actually something that plays like an arcade mode. But I don't know if I want to go for that. Because in that game, well, I mean, if you go for a 1 coin clear, it's not like it will make a difference, but once you make the secret boss appear, you cannot fight it again if you lose. I mean, you need to go through the whole arcade all over again and do the requirements again. But yeah, that doesn't seem very exciting, because as I say, if you go for a 1 coin clear, it doesn't change the challenge because you will still lose the run if you die, but you cannot even practice because the characters that you fight against They are playable, but the versions that you fight against are not playable. It's kind of like in Street Fighter 2, like Akuma is playable, but the version of Akuma you play as is not as fucked up as the boss one. But yeah. I can't believe this champ is filtering me. It's like, unfortunately, it is unlike Blaze Blue. Because in Blaze Blue you fight, the secret bosses are, well, in Central Fiction you have no way of practicing, but in Calamity Trigger and Continuum Shift, the secret boss is simply one of the characters in Unlimited mode. And you can unlock Unlimited mode and practice in a regular match, which is what I did. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have beaten neither Unlimited Ragna nor Unlimited Mu. Those are fights that you need to practice. Why did you double champ there? You know that that's not a double champ. That's a single champ that then goes into a double champ. But then that's so fucked up that that's the champ that is preventing me from beating this checkpoint. That's essentially, wouldn't say the easiest champ of the checkpoint, but one of the easiest ones. The fucked up parts are at the beginning. Oh, and don't champ them. I feel like the kid is actually refusing to listen to my commands today. I told him to champ and he didn't want to. Just feels a little rebellious today. Asshole. Need to follow my commands. Okay, unfortunately, it's one of those cases that if I hadn't failed the final double champ, not even the final champ, but like the final double champ, if I haven't failed that, I would have already been done with this checkpoint. But no, I fucked up, and it's a shame. And the thing with things like that is that they make you easily tilt, because you constantly think about that one attempt. Okay, no problem, we got it. So, what is this other checkpoint? What are we looking at here? There are a couple of vine champs, but that's later. I mean, the thing before that doesn't look that hard, actually. They are essentially small champs, but that seems fine. Still not free, but seems fine enough. Okay, I think that it might be best to to leave this checkpoint for some other time, probably. Yeah, that jump actually doesn't seem that easy at all. And the ones that come afterwards are not much better. Still doable, but I feel like it might be better to leave for some other time. Wait, a single jump is worth 6.5 blocks of this. I cannot really full jump on that place that I died. Very bad idea. So, didn't this background already appear in another zone in this game? I feel like I already seen it, and I probably did. I mean, unbelievable. Are you recycling backgrounds? I think the tile set is new, but the background certainly doesn't look new. Ah, that was close. It was close, but not close enough. I mean, after that vine jump, the hard thing is landing on the second vine. After that, I guess you can choke and hit here, but it's this jump, the one that is hard. Maybe not that hard though. Okay. I guess we can keep trying it. I guess I got further than I thought, but I don't think I'm gonna make it an objective to beat this checkpoint today. Probably better to leave it for another time. Seems that it will be for the best. I mean, we got quite a lot of progress today. Not to mention beating Suma's Revenge Heroic Mode. Okay, let me keep going until the 3-hour mark and then we can call it a day. I don't know what to do here though. That's a hard jump, yeah. Because on top of needing to avoid the spikes there, the second jump, how do you do it? Because here with a single jump, it's 6.5, so with a single jump, you can actually get above this mini spike. The issue is, you need to jump immediately afterwards, you're gonna fall into it. And you also need to avoid getting hit by this one on your way up. the big one. So yeah, I don't think that it's an easy formula. Nice. Alright. I think it's better when you don't think about it. So I could try this checkpoint here, but... Alright, let's do a couple of attempts. So, jump the water... Well, I don't want to shinz it, but it doesn't look extremely hard at all. That water jump is obviously the hardest thing the checkpoint has. After that, doesn't seem like it's... Well, the net jump will be a problem too, yeah. It's one of those that feels very precise. Yeah, that other jump, I think you need to double jump right here and then land. Yeah, okay. It doesn't look super hard, but I feel like if I try to try hard it now, I'm just gonna be striving for more than what I would want to. So let's just leave this here. So hey, thanks everyone a lot for watching, and I'll be seeing you on the next stream. So have a good one and take care.